Hello and welcome back to some more Star Citizen. It's been some time. I was really hoping that 3.24 Cargo Empires was going to come out earlier this month. I unfortunately did not anticipate the length of this patch cycle. So rather than pushing it off or doing some more 3.23, I'm hopping into the PTU. Now, while Star Citizen in general is in development and bugs are to be expected, this is generally a less seamless uh, experience. So, full warning, kind of a disclaimer here. This is likely to be bumpy. Sometimes the PTU patch, like there's a brand new one today, is good. Sometimes there are bugs. We're not at a release candidate yet. We are getting closer, but as Star Citizen is the most popular video series on my channel, and we've been a while. I wanted to hop in, so let us do that. Now, fortunately, I've transferred my stuff over from the regular, so we should just be able to go like this. Load me. There's me. And review and accept. So, before starting your adventure in Star Citizen, learn the basics of the game. We can play the tutorial, yada yada yada. We're gonna skip that, and we're gonna set our primary residence to Lorville for me. I really like the grim, kind of grungy, Blade Runner esque style here, so that's why I set there. Plus, I think Hurston Security's got the coolest armor. This will be your primary, yes. Confirm. So, actually, this is the first time of me hopping in 324. I've participated in the PTU on previous branches, but never for the 324. It's actually been quite some time since I participated in a PTU. It's not that I don't want to assist the development. It's just my schedule's been super busy over the summer, so haven't had an opportunity to do so. Between some events for the 501st, busy work schedule, some reenactments, all that jazz. Plus, also still building up the channel. It's been quite busy. But let's hop in and see how our performance is. Now, this, just so people know, the PTU account and your live account, or if you play on the ePTU or the ePicati build, what have you, is completely separate. So if I pull up my inventory, which now is going to be accessed through this local storage, essentially, uh, it will not have anything that I, had from my live, because this is simply just taking everything that you've had on your account due to RSI website purchases or subscriber flare or stretch goals, depending on how far along you back the project. So I have a lot of gunk. Let's go to options. Good. I just want to make sure my uh, voice was not set there. It should carry on because I've transferred all of my stuff from line. And it should be my mouse buttons. Cool. So, neat. Is there literally a button that I can't see here? Yeah, there's literally a button. That QR code is not very helpful when testing. Is there a way to disable that? I'll put it this way. It's been so long that I have not played on a PTU that had the QR code. Well, we won't waste time on. Okay, cool. I was just making sure that it wasn't just holding down the chat button, so I'm not disturbing other players. So, I have backed Star Citizen since 2014, so that's why I have a huge repository. I was a part of all the stretch goals from 2014 until they finally, stopped doing the stretch goals. And I have also been an Imperator subscriber since 2014. Apologies, just getting a little drink there. So, I have a good collection of stuff there. Reason being is I like to support the development of Star Citizen. Star Citizen is near and dear to my heart. In fact, the whole reason I have as nice a rig as I do, the whole reason I have, the track IR and I didn't enable track IR. Well, bear with me one moment. We're gonna have to do that because I cannot function without the track IR, especially when I get like on foot. It's not so bad, but as soon as I get into space, it is all over with for me. There we go. So I'll boot that up very quickly here and try to hop back in. But yes, I've been a longtime backer and subscriber, and primarily when I was, growing up and playing games, I was just like, oh, I'd love a game if it had blank, or I'd love, I really like this game, but I wish it had this, and if I ever made a game, I'd like it to kind of be like this. And Star Citizen really kind of captures all of those. Um, there is very few games that have ever came close to this, and Star Citizen is that game. So, for example, like playing Mass Effect, like oh, it'd be really cool if you could fly your ship, or it'd be really neat if you could have more control, or you're playing even more recent games like Starfield. I really like Starfield, and I love Bethesda games, which I likely will end up having on the channel here soon, especially with the new Shattered Space DLC coming up. But the fact that it's not seamless landing on the planets is a wee bit of a bummer because that's a really cool feature of Star Citizen. The fact that you can just fly down and land anywhere and it's all seamless. And you have a variety of other games where yes, Star Citizen doesn't have all the features yet. Like base building is not in, but it's coming. Crafting is not in. Well, beyond just making the multi-tool and some small stuff like that on your uh, Vulture or on your Reclaimer, but eventually these features will be accessible. So Star Citizen really met with all that. Plus, I really appreciate. Oh man, look at that! I love Lorville. So cool. Anyway, I really appreciate the open development. Um, for me, it's super cool to um, have the level of transparency that they do. Like, yeah, they, for example, I'm sure you've seen that 4.0 is slipped from Q3, which would be a couple days from now, like kind of end of the summer, to Q4. But really, I mean, if you've been following Star Citizen as long as us OGs, or even longer than me, you know that timetables, unfortunately, are not always Star Citizen or CIG's strong suit. Um, so having that experience, I'm kind of more laissez-faire about it. Like, yeah, I'd love for them to be able to set a timetable and meet it, and not have the um, you know, your height up high, and then all of a sudden, you get a dash. But really, I look at timetables as rough estimates, and they already said that they wanted 4.0 by the end of the year. So as long as they have 4.0, even on the PTU by the end of the year, I'm pretty satisfied. Like, I'm kind of laissez-faire about it. Not to say that you shouldn't, like, hold companies to account if they say things, but just understand the process of game development is very fluid, and It's not necessarily a black and white, yes, we're going to get it in, we won't get it in, because they're really building the plane as you fly it. And as a person who I don't work in game development, but I work in IT, and I know that we have ideas on projects and things get shifted around based on triage and priorities. So I usually give them a little bit of a you know I look at them with kind of glazed eyes at times, just because you know what. At the end of the day, I have a lot of fun playing Star Citizen, even in its current state. I really support the development. I love the transparency, and I really look forward to playing this game as it goes through. Okay, the trains are still struggling a bit, but everything seems to be pretty good. In fact, you know what? Um, it's not too bad. I mean, I got into a server really quickly. There was no like hang there, and I know the PTU doesn't have as much, but there's no server issues. Everything's been pretty fluid, other than I have to actually click the elevator twice, so call it and then open the doors, and then same thing when getting to inside. You have to select the floor and then hit doors. But other than that, or the train just kind of glitching out there, not too bad. Okay, the train's freaking out. See if we can make it to the spaceport. We'll find out very shortly, won't we? It's nighttime, so we'll actually take a look outside, see the cool cityscape. Now, some people I've seen kind of complain about the time it takes to do things. They say that it's frustrating that it takes forever to get in, get over to your ship, take off to do something. And I mean, from a time saving point of view, if you don't have a lot of time in your life but you want to enjoy Star Citizen, there definitely would be a bit of a conflict there. Like you're going to be wrestling the desire to play with the level of realism they've gone against. So I'm not like trying to rag on anyone, but I actually really like the level of realism. Like to me, that's really cool. I enjoy the fact that you have to get up out of your bed, get dressed, go to the tram, take it over, or depending on the planet you're on or the method of transit, like take the trip over and then queue up your ship and request ATC and take like I really like all of that because yeah, it seems like especially if you're not familiar with that level of verboseness, I can see where it would be a bit daunting. But like for me, I really enjoy the element of that it feels grounded. Like it really feels like this is actually like for me, it's kind of immersive. And not everyone's welcome to have. Okay, thank you. Everyone's welcome to have their own opinion. So if you disagree, that's totally cool. Let me know in the comments below. But I personally do enjoy that level of realism, and I'm very happy that Chris Roberts has remained pretty steadfast.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
All right, how many cool ships that are not normally available? I've also bought a lot of ships, so. Wait, can't we just go to our hangar as well? I suppose we should test that feature, but let's quickly just check to see if there's any ships that I am surprised about, if they've added any in during this PTU test phase. No. Okay, let's. Because maybe they've taken out the personal hangars. But that's kind of like what I want to see here. Because I think those terminals are more for if you. Like, those terminals will remain at all the spaceports. And then if you don't have your personal hangar on the planet, I think that's where you'd go to get it. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say nobody gets in here. Anyway, boom. Let's go see. This is kind of the big hustle and bustle of this patch. So for those who might not have been following along super close, and you kind of hear everything in the periphery, no longer will you be able to see the big list of hangars. So if you watch my previous videos, you get into the elevator, and there's the list of hangars that are accessible on that station or landing zone, and you can go there, and there'd either be somebody's random ship, your ship that you've called, or that had docked previously, or it just be empty. That is no longer the intention. So on your home location, you'll have what is known as your personalized hangar. So the personalized hangar is based on your largest ship that you own. And so if you have a large hangar like myself, because you own larger ships, then it will give you a extra large hangar. Which means even if I call up my Mustang Beta or my Aurora, it'll still just be in this hangar. And in addition to that, you can go to your hangar services here and access kind of that ASOP terminal layout that you're familiar with. And then over here, you have access to your inventory storage. So the old, just clicking I. And then on the right hand, we have the cargo elevator. Um, and with the cargo elevator, we can actually bring up over here, freight elevator. We can actually bring up items and materials and vehicles, and with that, you can then load them into your ship part of your journey, and it's gonna make things a lot better, like a lot better. So let's see. For example, we've got this is what's gonna raise or lower. It's currently lowered or raised. So we can lower the elevator. And so you'll see that's going down there. Really cool effect, actually. I like how they actually have done that, because I was always wondering, like, could you just walk on and then get stuck in this, like, nebulous abyss? And then now that it's downstairs, you wouldn't have to hop off like I did there. But you can see that I can select, armor, clothing, weapons, utility, vehicles. So if we went to, like, vehicles, that's very cool. So you can actually start pulling up weapons as kind of a commodity. Same thing. So on the RSI website, I mean, eventually in game you're going to as well, but on the RSI website you can purchase paints, or sometimes you're gifted paints through the Luminalia, which is around Christmas time, or for various, different like add-ons to your packs that are just kind of freebies. And so now you'll actually be able to transport them much easier, which is very cool. Well, that's neat if you had mission-specific ones. Let's see, what if they did Hornets, Coolers, EMP? Could we do like full-on vehicles? Oh, maybe it's considered just part of the vehicle, like ASOP.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Yes, it is. Neat. Let's bring up my gray cat.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
wonder how they consider that being delivered. Something happening?
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
This hangar's too big. I want to drive around.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval
I
System.
don't have to run around. Do I have my great can? So it's stowed.
Vehicle
If I say
selected. Stand
retrieve,
by.
what's it gonna do? Does it add it to the center lift and pull it up, or does it add it to the freight elevator? Now, as you can see at the bottom, test version. This is an early test build and not indicative of gameplay/content on the official live servers. That warning is not only for myself as a player, but any viewers. So please, when you see things like this, where it's taking a long time to load, this is not the final product. Normally, ASOPs very quickly, and I imagine when they have, because these are all instance hangers, I imagine that functionality will be comparable to what it was in 3.23 or faster. But there's clearly a
Please visit
bug.
us
So what
again.
I'll do is I'm going to try to bring up
Goodbye.
a non-ground vehicle and see if
Welcome
it's just
to
because the
the
ground
ASOP
vehicles
Vehicle Retrieval System.
are not doing so well. So let's... Oh, here we go.
Please visit us again.
Neat. Awesome. So is something raising up? Weird. So obviously it's still a bit glitchy. It's really cool though. I love the lighting. I love the sound. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. So a bit glitchy, but it's now doing something. I really like the lights going. That's really cool. Hilarious. Tiny little gray cat. That is hilarious. Hilarious. I really like that lighting change. I think my gray cat. I'm reticent to walk because I don't want to fall. I don't want it to like glitch. Okay. So I think my gray cat just disappeared, but that's awesome. What's this say? Neat. So that's kind of cool. Even though it's not working, I really like the visual thing because I purposely avoided, like, normally I'm a fiend for Star Citizen news and I've consumed content, but I normally watch a lot of board gamers, so like we're not affiliated whatsoever. I don't get anything from saying this, but I just really like his content, so check him out. But I've watched a bunch of people and I've like you know specifically avoided watching any of their videos and watched anyone who was showing 3.24 because I kind of wanted to experience for the first time myself. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I really want to know, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to know. I want to see it for myself. And I'm glad I did look at 324 because this is really cool. Let's see if we can pull something else up and actually have it
Welcome
succeed.
to
Let's
the
see what
ASOP
happened.
Vehicle Retrieval System.
Let's see what it says about my gray cat. Oops. So it's on pad. Yes. So
Your transport has been sent. Thank you.
it like glitched, but luckily it's like a tiny thing.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Uh, let's see. Let's say if we want to take my hammerhead, so we're not scrolling for days. See what it says. Request delivery. Pig is now being delivered. Cool. So it's both of them are stored, so we can then retrieve.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following
There we
place
go.
of
Let's watch this. I don't want to fall off because it's just a holographic barrier. So what does that do? Does it lowers all the way down? And does another one slide out, or I sit back, then it closes? Yep. And then it'll probably reopen a moment later and start raising up the hammerhead. And there we go. You know, the only problem with this extra large hanger is like I have like a tiny little walk around space, and the door's so big it takes forever for it to close. But that's pretty cool. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little excited with it. Oh man, look at that! Look how tiny it is compared to the actual hanger size. That's so cool. Okay, I really like that. I like that a lot actually. That's super awesome. And what's really neat is now instead of having to kind of try to figure out logistics, I can literally, especially if I had like a crew, I could come here and be like, you know, what can I grab out of here? That's cool. You can grab some decorations, commodities. Am I turning everything on? I don't want everything. It's neat that you can actually filter it that way too, not to mention a search. It's really cool though. You can come in here and essentially be able to grab what you need. So if I happen to like, oh, I want to transport some coolers from one place to another because I happen to have some or what have you. Same thing, you can transport your liveries. If we went like hammer, polar, stormbringer. Very cool. And then you can just call it up. Awesome. That's cool. Very, very cool. All right, and there's supposed to be some new missions, contracts. So hauling, there we go. Earning such accolades as Imperial Finance's top 10 shipping companies and Delivery Digest's 2945's most trusted transport, Kovalex is busier than ever, and that means more cargo going to more places, and that's where you come in. Kovalex is looking for dependable and industrious pilots to join our extended family. Do you have access to a ship that can hold one SCU of cargo containers? Can you pass an advocacy background check if required? Then a universe of opportunity is waiting for you. Simply complete the evaluation trial by picking up a shipment of tungsten from a freight elevator at Heveras Harbor above Hurston and successfully delivering it to a freight elevator at HDPC Farnesway on Hurston. Upon satisfactory completion, you are eligible to become part of Kovalex Shipping's vast network of independent transport specialists. Kovalex Shipping, anything you need, anywhere you need it. Kovalex Shipping is a limited liability corporation. To encourage timely deliveries and prevent fraud on cargo holds, Kovalex Shipping will set a delivery time limit, and upon expiration, any undelivered cargo will be considered stolen and treated as such. Total payment will be prorated according to the percentage of cargo successfully delivered. That's hilarious. We could do something like that. I mean, I wouldn't use the try out the new mission, and then we got their standard stuff that we're familiar with. What I'm really looking forward to also is um, what's that called? Hauling. Yeah, let's we need 8 SCUs. Let's find something that's got, 8 or around there because we don't really need a
Welcome
giant
to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
stow. And oh, that's why they made it the same as the Avenger, which that makes sense. A lot of people have the Avenger. It's a pretty popular ship. Let's see. I really like the raft. Wow. Never realized the C1 had so much cargo space. 64 SCU. Yeah, stupid amounts. Even the 300. It's fascinating. All right, well, why don't we take mm, our C1 here? Because I really do like the Crusader C1. The only problem with owning so many ships is craziness.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Cool.
Please visit us again. And now,
And oh yeah, we can call up some of our inventory right here. Okay, let's send that down. Let's find something nice to wear. I wonder how these come out. Probably just a crate. Let's see what core armor we got. Well, I suppose let's see what undersuits we got. Eh, never mind. We won't mess around with it. Let's accept the mission. I think we got a pistol, don't we? We do. Now I don't know if it's in yet. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, you're gonna be able to draw your pistol here to defend yourself. So, uh, if someone's in your party, they can join you. So they don't have to be in the elevator with you. They can actually join you in the elevator, or they can come down in the elevator on their own to your hangar. Because if you're in your party with someone, when you go to the elevators at the starport or hangar deck kind of deal on a like Lagrange, or I guess not Lagrange, but on your landing zones here. So Everest Harbor, or rather Lorville, Orson, um, New Babbage, or Area 18. If someone comes there, because that's what the first, like, as you enter Star Citizen at 3.24 and the immediate future, it's just going to be those locations for your landing zones or your like personalized hangars. When you go there, if someone else has a hangar at the same location, they're going to see their hangar and then whoever they're in a party with. Um, so whoever you invite to your party, just make sure that you're aware that they can access, they can come in, they can call up your ships. I think, oh, maybe when they go to the ASOP terminal, they only see their own ships. I don't know, but I just know that they will have access to come in here and kind of mess around with your hangars. So just make sure you trust whoever's in your party, especially if they're at a location where your home hangar is. Um, However, if someone's not in your party, when they come, you can either shoot them because Armistice Zone is no longer a thing in the hangar, or they can get removed via the local security, if I'm not mistaken. That was the original intention. Obviously, everything's up in flux, and how they handle these systems at any point in time, but especially going forward, will all be dependent on you know, feedback from the players as well as what they discover in all these tests. Cool.
Crusader
All right,
Industries.
so
A
let's
journey worth taking.
accept
Systems on.
that hauling mission, shall we? Contracts. Hauling. But we need to get 11. We got plenty. So we're going to grab tungsten from Everest Harbor. So let's accept. I'm going to get 13,000. Which ain't bad, because think about it, you're not paying for any of the materials. Okay, let's power on these engines
Engines on.
and request landing.
Clear to launch. 100%.
There we go. Gateway granted. That's cool. Turn on some VTOL, shall we?
Launch complete. Landing gear up.
I like the new UI. Not new to 3.24, but just new in general that they've had for a wee bit now. Super clean. I really like the cockpit of this, where you have like the stylized window, but it actually still gives you a bit of periphery when you check. I wonder if the time limit starts only after you've collected the cargo, or if it's leading up to it as well. I suspect it starts once you've collected the cargo, because you're not at risk of stealing anything at the moment. And oh, I just realized that my mic was quite a bit ways from my mouth. If what I said was not audible for, I was just saying I wonder if the countdown timer starts now or when you actually get the cargo.
Engage. Quantum travel complete.
But I suspect it's when you actually pick it up because then you're actually a liability. I know a lot of people complain about the nav mode, but I really like it. And in particular, it might be a little cheesy, but once you get very close enough that you'd actually be able to call for landing, you can quickly switch over back to your SCM mode and you rapidly drop speed there. And let's request for a dock here. Gateway granted. Where are we going? There we go. Now, for a while there, I said in multiple requests to increase the size of hangar that the A1 gets. And they recently said that they actually did increase the size of some of the hangars. But I think they still have the A1. Oh, oh maybe it's. Which one did I have set for? Apparently, I don't know how to reverse. It's been a while. Bear with me. Keep on. Advanced movement.
I'm sorry. Due to inactivity,
Oh,
we have been forced to assign your landing zone to another customer.
oh. Fair enough. I'll queue up again. That's 100% fair. Movement. Oh, man. Doy. Okay. 120. That's 24. 25. What did I make? 16. Jeez, it's been so long. That makes sense. I can't remember which one's button 20. That's headlights, that's right. Ah, there it is. That makes sense. Okay, now let's try this again.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Which one are you going to give me? Oh, good. I suspect it is the one right in front of me. Very good. Yeah, you can tell it's been a while since I I switched some of my keybinds the last time I played because for our longest time I have the Thrustmaster Warthog and I had the far less flat, like the far left flat buttons for reverse. But with the new configuration expansion and retraction for things like the Hall series, I switched it over to being the expand and retract configuration. There we go. Oh, you know what? This is much nicer. Maybe they did actually. Because for the... Oh, they definitely did. This used to get like a small landing pad, which was a pain in the butt. There we go.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Okay. I really appreciate the CIG took the feedback and actually fixed that because this used to get a small landing pad and it would barely fit. You'd basically have to pitch almost straight up and down to be able to fit out. Like there was quite a bit of an angle that you had to go, so you couldn't just lift straight up or go back down. And I was a little frustrated at the time because when I submitted the request to fix that, it was often that they just come back and say this is, not a bug or whatever, and I was like, really? You sure? You know what I gotta do? I should pull up a multi-tool when I pull up these crates here. Let's send it down. Because in order to transfer the cargo, the easiest way is to just grab that multi-tool and use the tractor tool. So let's go to all categories. You telling me I don't have a multi-tool? Oh yeah, of course I wouldn't on this station. Boink. Cool. So next, we gotta run and grab ourselves a multi-tool, which we can purchase from the store inside, because it'll take a month of Sundays to load that cargo. Otherwise, in fact, they might even be too big for me to carry. Lobby. We're on pad. I don't know where we're at. Is there a quick way to see? It doesn't say. That's not very helpful. Okay. Normally I like to stroll, but I have cargo on the deck, and I don't want someone to come in there and be like, hey. I even left my ship door down, losing my touch. Normally I'm far more... Galleria. Oh, you know what? I should have went to the cargo center instead. Normally I'm far more fastidious about protecting my stuff, but... we're on PTU. It's late. And I'm on the West Coast, so it's unlikely that someone's going to disturb it. I guess not quite on the West Coast, but I'm on the West. There we go. Yeah, holding by. There we go. Boink. And orbit mining. How does the cargo center not have a tractor attachment? Yeah, thank you. Ooh, maybe I'll get the big guy. How much money do we got? Oh, we got 15 mil. We can do it. And just in case, we will get a true hull tractor beam because, why not? For the little jobs. Now we should be able to go to a... Oh, pretty good. Yourself? Just because they're AI don't mean you can't talk to them. Sorry, NPCs technically speaking, but there we go. Oh. So we're going to put the director tractor. And tractor. And tractor. Cool. Now real cargo. Abs and hangers. Yeah. I like to keep these videos about an hour, and we're getting at that. I'm just looking at the clock there. Okay. Anyway, I like to keep these
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
videos. Where are we at? Oh my! Oh, okay.
Please visit us again.
Are you telling me it gives you like just a standard hanger up here too? Oh, that's cool. Okay, I like that. So now it's only the pads and docking ports that anyone can go to. Otherwise, all the hangars, you actually have to have a ship there, which is excellent. That means you're going to have a lot longer at these things rather than it being something that you can't get. Okay. There we go. I mean, I feel like I probably didn't need the big guy. Anyway, I like to keep these videos about an hour. Um, so that I can capitalize on engagement and all that jazz, and I don't just have run-on videos for the sake of having a run-on video. Okay. Can I grab them right from here? Yes. Yes, I can. I feel like this thing is slow. Is the new one... Is this better? Oh, so the range is a thing. So, given that we're getting to the end there, we'll try to get this delivery done pretty quick so that we're not extending too far past. I also like to keep my Star Citizen videos pretty much unedited. Mostly for the sake... Come on, gimme. Okay, we'll try another one. There we go. Mostly for this fact that I really like to show it kind of raw footage for Star Citizen so that, you get the experience it kind of as if I was playing. But, if need be, I'm happy to change that. Let's get these all close so I can use my small one, because this one is slow but longer range. And keep in mind, while this is a bit of a faster process than me running it across, you can expedite these processes even more if you have additional crew. So, also, for CIG, if you ever watch this video and you tell me that there is no weird noise with my ship making some weird engine noises or weird reloading or refueling noises, that doesn't happen, I'm so glad that I'm not hearing it right now. That is all. It's super frustrating. Please fix that. I don't know why. It annoys the living daylights that this is what I hear on my ship every time I don't stow it and take it back out. It is the most frustrating noise in Star Citizen. And every time I've reported it or commented on somebody else's reported it, it doesn't get verified, and it's super annoying. Please fix. Sincerely, me. This has been in for a long time, too. It's like a long-standing bug. I have no idea why not more people have reported it. I can't be the only one that's frustrated by this noise. There we go. Cool. Now let's see about switching to the itty bitty guy. Yeah, this one's much faster, but doesn't have the range, which is totally fair. I like the option you have there. Oops. Almost launched it. There we go. What do we got so far? That's 6. Can you pilot up even top there? You can. What about in one? Oh, you can. Huh. Neat. Oops. Last 2 for 11 SCU. Oops. Fascinating. Well, that's fair enough. Now there's a reason to use the 2 different types. Can you pilot up even higher? No. Fair enough. Sure. Cool. There's our 11. And let's seal up our lovely cargo hold. Boink. I like how the button's there, and it's kind of cool that it moves, but it'd be more handy, in my opinion, if there's one here and then one on the other side. But no, decent sized cargo hold, honestly. I guess I really never paid attention. Didn't do a lot of cargo missions. I really am sorry they're going to have to listen to this annoying... I don't even know what you want to call it, but like the weird refuel sound. For the next 10 minutes of the video. But maybe a CIG dev will stumble upon it and be like, oh, that's what he meant. And find out how to fix it.
Engines on. You are clear to launch.
Appreciate it.
Launch complete. Landing gear up.
You see what I mean? Like, it's like, sounds like, almost like fueling or something. Like, I don't know. I legitimately don't know. Pretty cool ship, honestly. Really do like the Spirit. Looks good. Alright. So, let's set our course, unless they already have that. Oh, look at that. They've already got it kind of plotted for us. So nice of them. Kind of plotted for us. They're pointing to it, but they don't really have it actually, like, kind of dialed in. There we go. Why do you gotta do that? Oh. I think the root button R. Thank you. You know, I will say the new map is certainly more functional. Okay, I'm already at Hurston. Why am I quantum meters and stop being so ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes the new map is not. It is. I'll say, props to CIG. This map is 100 times better than the old one. But having said that, sometimes it's really frustrating. Like, okay, this makes no sense. I have to quote unquote quantum to Hurston. I definitely had to do that. Otherwise, my quantum shouldn't be able to figure. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I don't want to rag on you too much. I appreciate all the work you do. Love Star Citizen. It's great. It's huge. All that jazz. But come on. Sometimes the map app is really silly. First, you click on an app thing and you try to go over to the left to set route, and you can't. You have to literally hit the R key bind. Sometimes you're literally, a stone throw from Hurston. You have to quantum to it. So I must say, it's not my favorite feature. I mean, I really do like the new map, the star map, as well as the local map. That's the coolest part about it. So, like, bring up the map and, like, legitimately being able to zoom in to your ship is so cool. Like, that is the coolest feature of the map. And the fact that it's going to tie into the engineering state section, and you can set routes on the internal. So, like, if this system was broken and you're on a bigger ship and you didn't know how, you can literally set a route there. Like, that is super cool. So, the new map definitely has, leaps and bounds beyond. But some of the weird quirks have remained. So, I look forward to when those get ironed out. Come in here to Farness Way. I have no idea if that's how they want you to pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Yeah, we'll come in and request to land. Oh, it's right on the coast. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Oh, even at these, they give you your own unique hangar. That is cool. I do appreciate that. Very cool. Mm, I feel like,
That request has already been granted.
has it? Am I going to go through this? Like, find out, I guess. Let's put the landing gear down just in case. Yeah, it has not been actually granted. And this is why I think a healthy amount of criticism is totally cool. So, um, getting involved in the spectrum is the best. The issue council, like, get involved, report bugs when you see them, because that's the only way CIG are going to be aware. Keep in mind, they have many devs
Sorry.
working on the
Due
product.
to inactivity, we have been
Yes,
forced to assign your landing zone to another customer.
yes, thank you. My inactivity was definitely the problem here. So, yeah, if you see issues with the game, get involved. If you're play testing right now, whether it's on the PTU, ePTU, eVicati, or even on live, if you come across an issue, report it. They have many devs working on the project, but they have a small QA team, right? Most studios do. I have no idea how many QA testers there are, but Star Citizen is a massive game. That's how you have games releasing, and there's bugs in them, not just Star Citizen, but every bug. that you can find in any game. It's just because the QA team can only test so much, and the dev team can only fix what they know. And so when you encounter bugs like this, report it. Even if the issue does not get fixed the first time around, that's cool because what they'll do is if I then encounter it and then, this other player encounters it, and then a third player encounters it, and we all add our notes onto this report, and we all indicate that we've encountered it, then they can look at it and get some kind of data from that. They can use that to, determine why it might have happened, and they can work to fix it. And that's why this current build, 3.24, is not pushed to live. I definitely understand people having some frustrations with some of the longer standing bugs that might have been out for a while, like me venting a little bit about the some of the map quirks. But at the same token, it's a massive game. It's still an alpha, and it's a lot of fun. And I mean, come on, it's beautiful. I mean, look at that. So let's try to see if we can get one more landing attempt. If we can, we'll then sell our cargo. If not, I'll end it here, and you'll have, at least on my channel, your first glimpse of 324.
Request has already been granted.
The question is, are you going to do anything with the granting? Oh, did you give me the other hanger? No, I think I'm just not getting a hanger. All right, so we'll call it here. That is kind of the first mission for hauling that I've done. And hopefully the live releases soon and they get some of these bugs worked out so that we can have pretty seamless gameplay going forward. I know my wife will look forward to doing these kind of missions because we enjoy all types, but we haven't done some of these, and this will be kind of a lower stress and more casual gameplay. I mean, providing it works, maybe the more stress sometimes. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.